Well, I've never heard that voice before.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
I know. Did you all get that? Yeah.
Like, oh, do I need to turn something off?
I know, yeah. It's just. I hope that's in the recording.
Yeah, me too.
So, Joe,
Best start to the podcast there.
we're used to little clips of like best moment of the video. That is it. Our reaction to the Zoom woman talking to us. The Bluetooth device is connecting.
Yeah.
Boys, where the hell have we been? We've missed the busiest summer of football in the world, and we've spent it getting pissed watching it.
Yeah. That's where we've been, watching the football.
It's been a good summer, though, hasn't it? It's been good. I'd say the Euros, obviously our journey to the final, but obviously weren't meant to be. But obviously we've had a couple of other celebrations within the group as well, haven't we? So, a couple of weddings and that. So we've had a good summer, haven't we, boys? So
a great summer, recharging the batteries.
Yeah.
And now getting ready to restart again.
Absolutely.
And giving top quality content.
Fucking right we are. Get them cold ones open, baby. 4M1T is back.
Play the intro.
Until we give up again. Yeah, play the intro. Yeah, so for new or old comers that are not familiar with us, my name's Danny. I'm joined with Dale and Josh tonight. We're 2M1T for the evening, aren't we? Because Mr. Collins is celebrating being Mr. and Mrs. Collins, and Lee hasn't shown up to work, so we'll move on from there. And I hope you listen to this, and I hope he nibbles. So, we say we're not going to cover old news because we don't need to cover old news. Lionel Messi. I mean, did anyone see that coming? Ever?
I don't even think he saw it coming.
No. No, that's took a bit of a mad twist in sort of a short space of time, did it? From pretty much, I mean, I know he was still technically a free agent, weren't he, at the time, but that contract was pretty much done and dusted with Barca until the 11th hour, it appears to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've seen the press conferences and stuff, haven't you? So
yeah,
you know how much how surprised and shocked he was as well with it. But
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
PSG's game.
I'm not buying the crocodile tears. That lad literally took that club to court last season over his contract, and now he's out of it. I'm not buying it. He is 100% enjoying every moment of this, being on his way to become one of the richest men on the whole planet.
Yeah, I mean, you are going to enjoy getting a £25 million or €25 million sign-on fee. And then what is it, 25 million?
35 mil.
Over a year.
35 mil.
I mean, who wouldn't enjoy that? And playing week in, week out with arguably two of the other best strikers in the world. Amongst the three of them, they should really be racking up 90 goals at least. They've got 30 each in them, haven't they? Maybe not Neymar, but Messi will make up for that.
Maybe Neymar will actually play. Maybe Neymar will actually play some games this season. Because did you see that stat about comparing him versus Pedri? Like Pedri in this season alone, Pedri this season alone's played 70 games. Neymar, since joining PSG's played 70 games.
Yeah, but don't forget, his sister does have a birthday every year, so he has to take time off.
That is very, very true. That is very true. I don't want to spend too much on
with Messi though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He'll play so much more now. I don't want to see too much on Messi because I think it's a podcast we can do on its own, and I kind of want Lee involved in that because Lee's obviously stated in the past that Messi at Barcelona is one of the reasons why he actually likes football in the first place. So we'll save that for that conversation. Are PSG going to win the Champions League now?
It'd be a disappointment if they don't. Like a failure even, wouldn't it? It is a failure. But their fans looking at that team now, got three of the best strikers in the world and one of the best starting 11s in the world. They've just gone and inherited one of the best goalkeepers on a free, one of the best centre halves and captains that there's ever been on a free.
One of the best centre midfielders at the moment in Wijnaldum.
Yeah. Unbelievable transfer window for them. I think they've spent, like 54 million euros on all of their players combined, and that was all spent on that one player from Inter. Yeah, they already had a great side, and with the transfers that they've brought in, they've now got an unbelievable side that should win it all. Especially win that French league and that French Cup. If they don't win those, might as well just call it a day.
Yeah. Oh, if Pochettino doesn't win anything there, he is absolutely done.
Yeah, Mr. Spurs.
Well, we'll get on to Spurs.
Didn't take long to get the Spurs name involved in it.
We've been going for a while, but that still remains. There'll always be a meme. Right. We'll come back to Messi at another point, like I said. I wanted to chat about Premier League. Obviously, the Premier League starts again on Friday. We've got Brentford versus Arsenal. Massive game on Friday. Do we see an upset and see an Arsenal win?
Nicely played there. So. No, absolutely not. No, it's a Brentford home win for me. That.
Yeah, I agree.
Just
imagine being an Arsenal fan.
Just obviously Brentford sort of being the unknown sort of package in the Premier League now is be interesting. I mean, you've got, I don't know, Ivan Toney, is he? I think I don't think he played the last game in pre-season. I don't think, but
he played against us. Didn't
I'm looking for. Yes, I think, but I'm looking forward to seeing him this season and just seeing what he can do in the Premier League. Obviously, absolutely blitzed the Championship.
Yeah,
whatever it was, a record total, 30 odd league goals.
32, wasn't it? Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do in the Premier League. Hopefully, he can do something similar to sort of Bamford last year, and goals will return for them, especially if they're obviously a fight to stay in the Premier League as well. But I've got a draw written all over this one myself.
Yeah. I think Brentford will win. I think the fans being there, then Brentford fans are going to be absolutely ravenous for it.
It's going to be a great opening game to the season. And
there he is in the shirt and all. That's a weird. Just put on screen there for our audio listeners. Lionel Messi in the Parc de France with the PSG shirt on. Tell you what, if I wasn't buying that PSG shirt before, I'm definitely buying it now.
Looks like he's just signed for Rangers. Well done, Gerard. You pulled it out of the bag there.
Did you see the Scottish manager that said that? Is that we've got a wee boy coming in on Monday. So reports like, don't think he can get any names out yet. Oh, it's that wee lad Messi who's just leaving Barcelona.
Yeah, I mean, PSG have done an unbelievable job. I don't want to go back to it too much, but it's just it's mind blowing. Like, absolutely mind blowing that's happened. That chain of events that's led to that.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they come to the Prem?
Oh.
Like, the frustrating thing for me when it comes to him is for years we've been comparing him with Ronaldo. It's the natural order of things. Everyone's always compared Ronaldo and Messi because they're the two best players I've certainly ever seen in my lifetime. And I didn't think that anybody would ever sort of be better than Zidane for me for a long time, but these two have been. And then, people always say, well, Messi's only ever been in the one team, in the one league, and he hadn't scored against a lot of English clubs for a long time. He's obviously gone and done it now, but it was like, could he actually do it in the English league? Because, he struggles against them in the Champions League. So, the English league is one of the hardest, if not the hardest league, especially with the toughest defenders and things.
Yeah.
He had a perfect opportunity there to go to a Man City, a Man United, a Chelsea. It would have been great to have seen him week in, week out in the Prem. As a loyal Premier League fan, that would have just been amazing because I love Messi as well. Like Lee, he's one of the reasons that I have an affiliation with Barcelona as well. But Yeah, it's not to be, is it? We just have to look forward to seeing PSG against some of the English teams in the Champions League.
I was going to
Probably
say,
City.
BT Sport are probably licking the chops right now, aren't they? The thought of they've got the French League every single week, and that's the only place you're going to see. Because if they've got Champions League as well, so if you haven't got BT Sport, that's the only place where you can watch Lionel Messi.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have to improve their commentary then.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Commentary if people are going to invest.
That video I sent in the chat when Leo won the Community Shield, and Leo are the champions. The ribbons are red. Fucking come on, lads.
Levels.
Yeah,
levels of
pretend that you're asked at least.
Yeah.
Christ, right? Premier League. A couple of questions for you. We're going to spitfire them. Who's winning?
Man City.
Why?
Well, if they get Harry Kane, Man City.
All right. Say City don't get Harry Kane.
There you go. Man City.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, Jack Grealish is an unbelievable player. They probably didn't need him. They already had an unreal midfield. They've gone and got him. They've boosted the midfield. Yeah, they're selling a couple of players, but I don't think that they're players that are going to make a drastic impact. The only thing for me is that they've still not gone and invested in somebody to replace Aguero. Now, I know he wasn't prominent last year because he was injured most of the year. But as we said on previous podcasts, a player like him, you need to replace when you lose it in the side. We've said Jesus doesn't cut it. You can't rely on your midfield all the time. So what they're going to do, they're going to make Foden the top man up top. Are they going to rely on Sterling, Grealish, Mahrez, etc.?
I guess if they don't get Kane, that's going to have to be the option, isn't it? Unless they play
Foden up top.
Yeah, unless they play Rory Delapskid.
I mean, I've not seen the guy. I might have seen him come on as a sub or something, but
yeah,
I doubt he's anywhere near the levels of.
No,
he's probably not even the same level as Jesus.
He's not. No, he's not. He's not ready. There's no way. They have to. They've got so many players that can play that false nine, and Pep played most of the season, to be fair, in that false nine. But I think Josh, you said it perfectly a while ago. As soon as they get one or two bad results, the focus will be, well, why did you not sign a striker? I do think they'll sign him, though. I think
I don't know why they just didn't go and have a little plot for Danny Ings.
No, 5 mil,
30 million, stick Danny Ings up top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a small change to them, and then at least they've got a guaranteed, striker that knows how to bang them in. He's proven in the Premier League. Why not? I mean, their loss though is definitely Aston Villa's gain.
Oh, good.
And it really does make them look a good fighting force for European football this season.
Yeah. When's the window open till? Is it the 1st of September? Has it gone back to what it was originally?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Couple of weeks to get that over the line.
Yeah, I think Levy's gonna drag his heels, and he will cave in because Levy always drags his heels and eventually caves in.
Yeah. If the Romelu Lukaku deal goes through, which we'll probably talk about in a moment, but if that goes through, they're going to be thinking, well, I know they're skint anyway in Milan, aren't they? Which is why they're selling all the main players off. But they're going to be thinking, well, if Ben White's costing, what he cost, 50 million, and then you've got like Jack Grealish costing 100 million, then surely Romelu Lukaku's, already cost a stupid amount of money over his career already, hasn't he? We've got to try and recuperate that money and probably make some profits because he's just had an unbelievable season for us. So they're going to be thinking about 130, 140. And if he's worth that, then surely Kane's worth 150, 160, So that's what Daniel Levy's going to be thinking.
Yeah.
When he looks at all these other transfers and comparing them, Harry Kane is like miles above them.
Yeah.
Absolutely miles above them. So what does he cost?
Well, what I mean? Lukaku was 97.5 mil. So that's the fee that Chelsea have paid. English tax on for Kane.
Is that a done deal? Sorry.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah. Fabrizio tweeted and everything. He's on his way to England. Like, it's done.
See, I saw the video of him in London in a car.
Yeah.
And people were speculating about him holding a blue Chelsea shirt or something like that.
I saw
but
that.
It wasn't clear.
Yeah.
So I just dismissed that it was a Chelsea shirt and thought, well, he must be signing for them because he's in London. Why else would he be there?
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was done.
Fab's like, here we go. So that to me is this is a done deal, isn't it?
Yeah. That's
so
like
that's
99%.
Yeah, so 97.5 mil for him. So you put English tax on for Kane and the fact that he's a better striker and City are desperate. You're looking at 150, if not more.
And dealing with Levy, yeah, 150 plus.
Yeah.
Wonder if Tottenham fans would be happy with that sort of money.
I think Tottenham fans would be happy with that money if they got it now rather than 2 days towards the end of the window.
I was about to say that. Does he leave it sort of too late and then not have enough time to get anyone in, as a replacement? Or, well, with that money, you could get 3 or 4 bloody players, very good players with that cash. But it's how long he wants to hold out for and what sort of evaluation he wants to obviously put on Harry Kane's head. But if City get Kane, I mean, we were 12 points behind. Could that? Yeah, it's a difficult one to claw that back, especially when they'll have an out-and-out striker this time around as well. But
well,
what about your chances then?
I was going to say, let's not write us off just yet. We've brought in a world-class centre-back.
No, I mean, we've obviously bought where, we're going to get Varane in shortly. So there's a centre-back we really did need. I could ideally I'd want the sort of centre mid.
Yep.
I mean, the addition of Sancho as well, especially with obviously Rashford's, surgery and him being out for the first couple of months or so. I'm excited with the signings he's brought in. We'll be there or thereabouts, I think. I also think Chelsea will be there as well. Tuchel with a full season under his belt at Chelsea. He's now got a goal scorer. He's not relying on Werner to miss a sitter from 2 yards. He's got Lukaku who's going to, knock that in. They'll be tough. They'll be tough to beat, and they'll be up there as well. So I think it's between them three. You really want to push me for one? I probably would say City, but
do you see Liverpool putting any competition in this year with Virgil back?
Does he come back the same player? That was a bad injury. That he's out for a full season. That's a bad injury to come back from. But have they really strengthened?
I sadly have watched a fair bit of Liverpool's pre-season. Van Dijk does not look the same. He's getting turned by strikers. It will take some time, but he's getting turned by strikers that he would never ever normally get turned by. Like it will take time, and hopefully, as a footballing fan, hopefully he does come back to his best because like he is phenomenal to watch. But for the Scousers, if he's not as good, I'm really arsed. No. I don't. Like you said, they've not strengthened. They've not. Who've they signed? Have they signed anyone?
One player, that Leipzig player, didn't they?
The centre was it centre back?
Oh, Kanate. Of course they did. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago. That's why it's easy to forget that it even happened. But that was over a month ago, I think, wasn't it? Right at the very start of the window.
I think it was before the window, wasn't it? Yeah, it was before the window. I think it was done like during the season. Yeah.
But I don't know what the finances of Liverpool are, but it's been obvious for the last 2 years that even after they won the Premier League, that whatever money they've been making or whatever is going on with the club financially isn't looking good because, I mean, they furloughed the staff in lockdown. That doesn't look great, does it? And then they're not really investing in the transfer window. I mean, they probably spent a fair bit on that centre half, but what was it, like 50 million or something like
Like
that?
30, I think.
Was it 30 odd?
Yeah.
I mean, in this day and age, for a Premier League team, 30 million of their, caliber really isn't that much money, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, we spent 40 on Iwobi, and we're not a Liverpool Football Club, so I have to bring him in. First podcast back.
I was say we've been back. Iwobi's back.
It still hurts. Atalanta, they're inquiring about him. Please take him. Please take him.
We'll pay you to take him.
Yeah. I'll pay you 40 million to take him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it from Liverpool. I think I've been literally, as we've been preparing to come back, I've been listening to a few old podcasts. And in one, I think I said, if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be worried about our finances because you've got no money. And like you said, it's proofs in the pudding that they've got nothing, which is such a shame for the game and for Jurgen Klopp. And fuck off, you Scouse cunts. No one's asked. Like, the sooner they get back down to 7th or 8th again, the better, because they've been at the top for too long. And that's only one season. One season's too long for them. They're going to sell all the best players next year, and that'll be that.
Do they make Champions League then?
No.
If they're not challenging for the title, do they make the top 4?
They probably scrape 4th, knowing what they're like.
Yeah. If I was to put them anywhere, it would probably be 5th.
Mo Salah is, even with last year, Mo Salah still banged them in for fun. Mane had an off year. He's probably going to come back unbelievable this year. I think it'll be Mane's year this year. I think it'll be class.
All right, so let's go there, lads. Who's the top 4? Go on, Josh. Who's your top 4? So you're having City winning the league.
Yeah, I'm going to say City, Chelsea, United, Liverpool.
In that order?
Yeah.
Dale?
So you probably wanted that second spot. But I just think Chelsea invested heavily. Like they've got to be nailed on. And they won the Champions League.
Have they invested heavily?
Yeah.
Have they invested heavily, Chelsea? They've bought one player.
Last year and this year as a combined total, they've spent 300 million. They've invested heavily if we go that far back anyway.
Yeah.
But spending 100 million on Lukaku is a heavy investment, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Go on, Dale. Name me 4.
City. Yeah, City. Us. Chelsea. And I'm gonna say Leicester are gonna do it this season. Leicester are gonna get 4th. Third time lucky, they've been nailed last game of the season, last 2 seasons. They're gonna do it this season, in my eyes.
I'm gonna echo your 4 as well, mate. I'm going City, United, Chelsea, and Leicester. I think Leicester have made some. Hey?
Why don't you just kiss his ass while you're there?
Hey, Brendan Rodgers can kiss my ass and all. If he bottles this fucking 4th one more time, I swear to God, they've made some great signings once again. I saw the highlights of the Community Shield. I thought they looked really good. I thought they looked really, really good. Fofana injury is going to hurt them. But I'd probably back them to go out and probably sign another centre-half. I'd probably back them to go and make another signing. But yeah, I think they'll pip Liverpool to 4th this season.
I hope you're right.
So do I. So do I. So, Europa League. The 3 that just don't make it.
Ooh.
I'll start us off. Liverpool, Aston Villa, Arsenal.
In that order?
In that order.
Yeah.
Am I fuck picking Arsenal? How have none of you two even challenged me on that one? Am I fuck picking Arsenal? No. Probably Spurs. I think if they keep Kane anyway, definitely Spurs. If they lose Kane, up the toffees?
No.
No, why not you? You've made some good signings this season.
Have we?
Yeah, I know you were the one on Saturday banging how good Demarai Gray is.
Yeah, he's the one that I rate. I'm not rating on Andros Townsend.
I think Townsend's a good signing. On a free transfer, I think that's a good bit of business.
It's a good bit of business. Is he enough to push us to Europa League football? When you've got teams like City investing 100 million in Jack Grealish,
Yeah,
yourselves investing money in Jadon Sancho, and the money that's being thrown around, and then we're bringing in Andros Townsend on a free, Demarai Gray for what was it, 1.5 million?
Yeah.
These are not signings that get you Europa League football. These are signings that keep you in the Premier League. They might get you slightly below mid-table. I do rate Gray. I've seen him pre-season. I've watched every game that we've played pre-season that's been televised. The signings are good enough to keep us in the Prem, but that's not what we've spent, 200-300 million in the previous 5 years trying to achieve.
Yeah.
And bringing in Carlo Ancelotti, everybody's thinking Champions League football. This is a great manager. We're going to reach the heights. Even Rafael Benitez, ex-Champions League winner. I hate his guts. And any Evertonians listening to this, I'm not going to like Rafa unless he wins us a cup. It doesn't look right to me, and I'm sure it doesn't to a lot. I'll give him a chance, but if he doesn't win us a cup, then he's done for me after 2 seasons.
Fair enough. I rate that. I forgot one team for my 7th. I completely forgot they even existed, and I've just seen them in the table, and now I've remembered them. West Ham. That's my final 3 there. Liverpool, Villa, West Ham.
Ooh.
Because they've made some signings. They're quiet, but they're moving now.
Yeah, but they need to, if they're going to compete in Europe as well this season. They need a big squad.
True.
And I think that, I hope not, because like I said, they had a good season last year, and very much a surprise package. Because I think I might have even tipped them to go down at the start of last season's podcast, so they definitely surprised me. But it's a new ball game that for them, competing in Europe as well.
Yeah.
As the Premier League, obviously it's another load of fixtures they're going to have to deal with. Will they have the squad to compete? I mean, if they do go far in Europe as well, if they do get knocked out in the group stages, it might benefit them sort of second half of the season. But I don't know. Jury's out for me on that one. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a bold shout, but I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with Villa 6th as well. I think Villa have, in selling Grealish, have made an incredible squad. Like the signings they've made, Bailey, Buendia, Danny Ings, like you just said, Danny Ings, what a fucking signing that is. If you can keep him fit and healthy, that is a goal machine.
They still have to Ward-Prowse as well.
Supposedly so, yeah.
If they bring him in, that is an unbelievable first 11. Like opening 11, that team is class.
Absolutely.
If we're going to go back to Europa League positions, I think I'm going to flip. So against you boys, I'm going to say Leicester get the top position, Spurs, Villa, in that order. Leicester, Spurs, Villa. Yeah. Villa had an unbelievable season last year. They've made some great signings. Grealish won't be easy to replace, but like you said, they've got that. Is it Bailey from Leverkusen, which he plays left side as well, doesn't he?
Either side.
Yeah, so if he can fill that position, not that they probably needed filling that position anyway. I think they had enough in the team anyway when Grealish wasn't playing that could sort of like cover him. They've just got an unbelievable squad now, and if they get Ward-Prowse, then it's just even better. I'd be surprised if Southampton can stay up selling Danny Ings and Ward-Prowse though. I think they could be a relegation contender. It's not looking good for them.
No. Dale?
What do you think of Leeds' chances of creeping in there?
What have they done this summer? Have they done anything?
To be honest, I don't know.
I know they signed, if I'm not mistaken, I think they signed Junior Firpo from Barca, the left back.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
And apart from that, I've not heard anything in or out at Leeds, apart from the ones that were gone anyway. Like, they just had a very, very quiet window.
Maybe it feels like they don't need to change things.
Well, yeah.
They finished the season very well last season. The last 10, 15 games, they were one of the form teams, towards the back end. And they done miss out by 3 points, I think, in the end.
That being said, Dale, you did trounce them 6-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you did them a hiding, so they might have been informed, but you put them where they should be.
Looking at transfer market here, they've made 2 significant signings. One's Junior Firpo, and one is securing Jack Harrison from City, which I think is a massive signing. I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised that City didn't want to give him one more go, because he was fucking brilliant last season.
What did they get him for in the end? How much?
11 million. Bargain. Absolute bargain that for a player of his quality.
Yeah.
11 million don't get you much these days.
That being said, Liverpool 5th. Spurs get 6th. I'm really reluctant to say that, but
they'll be lucky.
And then I don't know. I think it's a toss-up between Leeds and Villa.
Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it?
Between them two, but
it's exciting. Sweet.
Excited for all of the other teams. I'm not excited for Everton this season at all.
Do you just out of? I mean, you've obviously got this new stadium on its way.
Yeah.
Do you think in terms of obviously what you've spent so far this summer, is linked possibly to obviously the money that's being pumped? For the new stadium, do you think you're going to have? Not necessarily this transfer window, but possibly, the next 2-3 windows at sort of a limited budget, maybe?
Yeah, 100%. From what I've read and what I've heard from other Evertonians, this stadium's crippling us financially. I think it's been a real struggle for the club to find and allocate the money for it. They obviously think it's worth it. We've had to cap off the transfer treasure chest that we had in previous seasons, which we squandered in previous seasons. But I was talking to a lad in work yesterday about it, and it's just a mishmash of good players, some really good players, and a lot of shit players. And when you've got managers coming in, bringing in players that they think are going to help us progress, and then the manager leaves and you get a new manager in who's got a different viewpoint and a different, style and what he's looking for certain positions. That's happened to us now for years, hasn't it? If you look back, how many managers have Everton been through over the last 5 to 10 years? Koeman, Silva, even as far back as Moyes, Roberto Martinez. Like we've been through quite a few good managers that have gone on to great jobs and great teams. Koeman's managing Barcelona. I know that they're not looking great at the moment, especially now Messi's left. But some of these managers are managing international sides. Belgium, Koeman was at Holland. Like top managers couldn't do anything with us. As soon as they're out, we're left with their crap, and we can't shift it for any profit. So we're just left with deadwood in the team, and it's like, where do we go from here? How do we get rid of these players? how long can some of them last? You know, we rely heavily on Seamus Coleman, who's one of, you know, I think David Moyes from back in the day, cost us next to nothing. The guy's been injured numerous times, broke his leg. We're still relying on him at right back. Why have we not replaced that position? I don't think it's a good time to be. It's never a good time to be an Evertonian, but it's certainly, I'm not looking forward to this season. You know how Danny said, they could creep into Europa League. I think we'll be very lucky to make top 10. Very lucky. I'm thinking we're going to be more like 13th, 14th. Could be a dark season for us, this.
Jesus.
Sorry, guys, not bringing the. But I need to give my honest opinion of my club.
No, you know,
we are
brutally honest. That
we are in dire straits. You know me, I'm open about how shit certain things are at Everton Football Club. Alex Iwobi, but we are in dire straits this year, and I am worried about us because you never know. We might even be in the mix to go down.
No chance. Absolutely no chance, mate.
Thanks,
You're underestimating Rafa Benitez. I know that no Everton fan is going to like to hear this, but Rafa Benitez is a good football manager. He gets the players on side, he plays good football, and he gets results. He's not a Champions League winner for no reason. He didn't bring out the best Newcastle we've seen for 15, 20 years for no reason. He knows what he's doing and how to run a football club. You will be absolutely fine with Rafa. If anything, you might be a bit more well-rounded under Rafa rather than Carlo because you'll have a group of players rather than Carlo and his favourites.
That's what I worry about with this team, and I hope it does change because last year it just didn't seem like things were gelling.
No.
And it, like you said, it's because Carlo had his favourites. You know, James Rodriguez, that he's even come out in the press and said,
I
came over for Carlo. We'll see where the future lies. Oh, so that basically means Carlo's gone, you're going. He wants out, but nobody wants him at the moment, but there's still time.
Yeah. I think you'll be fine. You'll be pushing Europa League.
It might even because he could disrupt the flow of the team and, like you say, the gelling.
I mean, as much as I love James Rodriguez, other than 6-7 weeks into the season, what did he actually do last season? Yeah, he got injured and he didn't really come back the same.
Is the thing with him is it's evident even when he's on the pitch that he's just head and shoulders above in ability.
Oh yeah.
Even if he's doing nothing, it's still better than half of those that are already on the field for us.
Yeah.
It's just his movement and the what he sees. I think sometimes it's the other players not seeing the vision that he has, not making the run that he sees possible.
Yeah.
We've seen some of the
100%.
players. I don't see them on. I don't think that they're doable at all, but he does it sometimes.
Yeah. I said it to your old man on Sunday. The signing that your boys need to be going for is Marcel Sabitzer. The fact that he's still going for 15 million, fucking get him in. He would be an unreal signing for you. But this isn't the Everton podcast. This is Premier League preview. Who is going down?
Ooh.
Southampton for me have got to be one of those teams that are going down. If they sell Ward-Prowse, that'll be the difference. And I know, Danny, you've got a mate who's a big Southampton fan, big Saints fan, and you said to us that he is not happy about the
told us to put money on them going down. I've got a tenner on them on Sky Bet going down because of him.
Yeah, well, I mean, he knows them better than us. It could be a really good shout. What are the odds?
5-1. 5-1. They've signed a few. And I say a few. They signed 3 youngsters from Chelsea this window, and they've signed, or they're in the process of signing that Adam Armstrong from Blackburn, who was the second top scorer in the Championship. 15 mil gamble, but probably worth taking for 15 million.
But for 15 mil, I was going to say for that price, it's probably worth seeing how sort of that turns out. But their form, back, was it after Christmas?
Yeah.
Jesus,
They went top of the table, didn't they? And that was it.
I mean, I think me and Josh last season tipped them to be maybe a surprise. At least sort of Europe. I think a bit of a surprise. Get up there, but I mean, it started well. First 10 games or so, they top of the league at one point, as you said, and then that was it.
Yeah.
After November, it was
just like that.
Yeah. He's got some work to do over the summer to turn that sort of morale performances sort of around.
Yeah.
You just sold your number one striker, arguably one of the your best player at the squad, at the team, at the club. They brought 3 youngsters in from Chelsea. They've took a gamble on this Armstrong. Is that going to be enough? And with Josh, I don't think it is, to be honest. I think they could be in real sort of trouble this season. But yeah, it was very bizarre for me what happened with them last season. Very bizarre, but
I think they're going down as well. So we've all seen Southampton going down.
Yeah.
So second team.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? It's a difficult one. Like looking at the table,
I'm throwing one in straight away.
A lot of good side.
I'm throwing one in straight away. It is Watford, and I'm having an over 2.5 on managers sacked in one season for Watford.
Nice.
Because
didn't even know you could bet on that.
I don't think you can. But
impressive.
If someone wants to take me up on that offer, I'm more happy to have it, because they will go through 3 managers again this season. They're done. They are finished. The only thing I'm excited for is seeing Ben Foster's Premier League round trip on his YouTube, because his YouTube channel is fucking glorious.
I couldn't even name you any of the players really.
Troy Deeney's still up there.
What Watford have got in
Troy Deeney's still there. Done.
I love Deeney, but he is done. I love Deeney, but
Watford are my second.
Have they still got that? Is it Hughes?
Yeah, Will Hughes is still there.
Will Hughes, that's it. Will Hughes. He's a good player.
They signed Danny Rose.
Good championship player. Yeah, Danny Rose is done.
Yeah. Tom Cleverley, done.
He was done before he came to us.
Josh King.
Still going around. I mean, I feel sorry for Josh King. He should have been given a bit more of a chance for us last year, but when he was on the pitch, he did nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
So the strike force, looking at the strikers here, it's not a bad forward line. Andre Gray has done it in the Premier League. Ashley Fletcher has done it in the Premier League. You got Ismail Assar, who was chased by everyone at one point. Josh King, and then Deeney, João Pedro. They've got a decent looking forward line. I can't tell you any of the defenders are, apart from fucking Danny Rose and Craig Cathcart.
Well, you say that, but they had the best defensive record last season in the Championship. They did, they were solid at the back. But my worry for them is the goals. Where I don't think the goals are coming from any one of them.
No.
I mean, Andre Gray, since he left Burnley, he's been
shite.
He's not been great. He's not been great.
That's because he's been netting them in in one of the Little Mix, hasn't he? Hasn't he got one of the Little Mix girls pregnant? I'm sure he's seeing one of them.
Go on, lad.
Sorry,
oh, God knows. God knows.
That's why his mind's been elsewhere.
But I mean, Troy Deeney. I mean, if he can stay fit, does he get him 10 goals?
No.
Absolutely
not.
You just say that. Sarr, will he get you 10 goals?
He could potentially.
Yeah, he's not a bad player. Him. He did well when they were previously in the Prem.
I think that'll be my worry for them. They won't score enough. Kind of like a sort of a Fulham of last season.
Yeah.
They got plenty of draws, but they just obviously couldn't get enough wins on the board. But I think that'll be my sort of issue with Watford. So for me, they would be my second choice, sort of to go down.
Tell you what, they have got a lot of defenders though. Just just looking on here, they've got a massive squad and
You
so many defenders.
Picking a third one is so difficult because
The easy option is to say all three of the promotion sides, don't it? Oh,
but
two of the three promoted sides. But you kind of just want to.
I want to give Brentford a
not
chance.
do the obvious route, don't you?
Yeah, I want to give Brentford a shot. I'm happy to send Norwich back down again. Like, I'm more than happy to send Norwich back down again. But I don't think they will. I feel like Farke would have learned from the last time he was up. I feel like they will be a better team because of the experience that they've got. I don't know.
Are Wolves at risk this year?
I don't know anything about their new manager, their new signings. I don't know anything about anything that's changed at Wolves. But Raul is back.
Yeah, that's the one saving grace for Wolves from the outsider point of view. But they've got some great players as well. Just looking at the squad, they've still got some really solid
Still got
players.
Ruben
Neves, Roman Says, Pedro Neto, Raul Jimenez. They've surely got enough players. Far too many Portuguese players. Nelson Semedo, do you know that? They've got far too many Portuguese players, but I suppose that works in their favour because they can all speak the same language.
You know what? I'm gonna throw one out there. If one player goes and he's linked with your boys, Burnley, it's time to go.
Ooh.
I think if they lose Dwight McNeil, which by the looks of things they are going to your boys, Josh, then I think Burnley are done.
That's only because he scored an absolute worldie past us last year. So we thought, well, if you can do that,
Dwight McNeil is a player. I think he's a great footballer. But yeah, I think it's time to go for Burnley. It's time to go. I've not seen anything from them in or out. I think the squad's just too much now. The only saving grace is Nick Pope.
Yeah, they've got Pope. Ben Mee had a great season last year. James Tarkowski's a good player. We've seen him do it. Josh Brownhill's a good player. They've got some good players there, but just not enough. And they've not invested.
No.
It's time for Chris Wood to maybe move on as well. They can't rely on him all the time, can they?
No. Yeah, that's my three.
I'm going to throw one out there.
Burnley. Go on.
So Southampton, Watford, and Palace.
I knew he was going to say it. We've done this before. We've done this before. We've predicted Palace down. They proved us wrong.
I can't.
I know they've got Vieira in for the manager, but I don't know who they brought in.
Don't know. Don't know. They brought in. Who was the one that everyone was raving about online? The lad from the Championship. Michael Olise, was it? Who they brought in from QPR. So everyone's saying he's going to be the next, like he's following in the same footsteps of Eze. Obviously, Eze is out most of the season already, which is a massive loss because he was brilliant last season. They brought in that Joachim Andersen, who was at Fulham last season, probably one of Fulham's only highlights. He looked like a decent defender. Oh, I don't know. I think they'll be fine. If they lose Zaha, then they're in trouble. But by the looks of things, Vieira's worked his magic and told Zaha he's going to stay.
I'm just looking at Norwich. You don't read too much into the pre-season, but they got battered by Newcastle 3-0 in their last game.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign of things to come. That isn't Newcastle, one of the teams that will be in the bottom half, I would think. And if you're getting thrashed 3-0 away, it's not looking good.
I tell you what, one of the signings of the season could prove to be Joe Willock going back to Newcastle.
Joe Willock.
I'm shocked Arsenal letting him go, genuinely.
Yeah, because they probably need him.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why it's shocking.
Yeah, it's exactly why it's shocking.
Have they? Because Martin Odegaard went back to Real Madrid, didn't he?
Yeah.
Have Arsenal invested in somebody to replace him? I know they want James Madison. But...
They've got 2 new
I think
players in their
keeping,
squad, and they're in my fantasy
I think
team.
they were keeping tabs on that Odegaard though.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he's going to be someone that Ancelotti likes, though. I feel like Ancelotti would like Odegaard.
Depends, really, doesn't it? I mean, I'm shocked that he's not taken Rodriguez over with him.
I take
that would have been.
You say you can't read anything into pre-season. Arsenal's pre-season here. 2-1 loss to Hibs. 2-2 draw with Rangers. 2-1 loss to Chelsea and a 1-0 loss to Spurs.
Oh, they're fucking shite.
First run of games, Brentford on Friday, then Chelsea, then City.
Arteta's gone.
Oh, you fucking love to see
He
it.
should have been gone after that Hibs loss. That Hibs loss should have been the nail in the coffin. Sorry, that's poor.
That's it. Our first international break.
That's me. Spending 50 million on Joe Willock and Ben White.
Ben White
should get him relegated. 50 mil.
Yeah, it was a bit.
It's about 30 maximum.
Yeah, I agree there.
That was with England tax on it as well.
Oh god, yeah.
English tax.
Yeah, 100%.
He's worth 20 really. You stick an extra 10 on him for being English and in the England squad.
Yeah.
He is not worth 50 million. What are you thinking?
No, madness. Right, couple of quick ones then, and then we'll rattle off. Top scorer. Kane.
I'm gonna say Mo Salah. I'm gonna say Mo Salah this year.
Safe bet.
Let's have a gander. Do you know what? I'll go Lukaku.
Ooh,
Yeah.
brave.
Yeah.
Brave.
Just for something different. I mean, like, I don't know where Kane's gonna be. You know, Spurs, City. If he rocks up at City, then Christ, he could be touching 30 goals, league goals. You know, it'd be ridiculous. But yeah, just come for a bit of a curveball. Lukaku, I think, will give it a. He'll easily hit 20, I think.
Oh yeah. With Timo Werner running down that left wing and just setting him up because there aren't many defenders that can keep up with Timo Werner.
And that's
he
it.
turns defenders inside out.
Werner's back in his best position now as well. That's where he did all his damage at Leipzig, was on that left wing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a bold shout. And Havertz, year older, sensational Euros. Yeah, pretend your flop of the season there, Josh.
My flop of the season, as soon as he saw our podcast, he was like, you know what, Josh, you can get fucked because I'm world class.
And I'm going to win the Champions League.
I'm going to win the Champions League and I'm going to turn England inside out. I mean, I know England won in the Euros, but he was their best player.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
Top assister.
Ooh.
I'm going Bruno Fernandes. I think he's going to have a fucking stellar season. I think he wants it.
I'm going to say Kevin De Bruyne.
It's going to be one of the two, isn't it?
It could quite easily be Jack Grealish if he plays week in, week out.
That's the issue, is it?
Yeah.
Is he going to get Pep rotated?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll go Bruno. Bruno as well.
You know, my sleeper pick for that is Buendia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he could have a fire season. Especially if Ings starts bagging, you get the feeling that a lot of it will come through him.
Will Ings get 20 goals this year?
If he plays most of the season, probably.
He should be getting more than 15. with those players around him.
It's his fitness, in it. That's the issue. It's if he can stay fit, then we're laughing.
I think he will as well. I reckon, Southampton got him back to peak fitness, and I think he'll probably excel at Villa with those players around him. I just think what they're doing there is going to turn him into a beast.
Yeah.
Really, it'd be great to see an English striker hit 20, other than Harry Kane.
I agree with that completely.
I might throw another one for the assists. If he plays quite regularly, which I think he should anyway. But Sancho.
Yeah, also a great shout. I think the issue that United will have is I think there'll be a lot of
there'll be a lot of rotation as well, with obviously Greenwood, Martial's now back in the fold. Obviously, when Rashford comes back from his injury, I guess there's going to be quite a bit of sort of rotation with that sort of front 3-4. Again, Cavani probably he's not going to play up front probably every game, is he? So,
I mean, there's a lot of pressure on Martial this season. I mean, there's a lot of pressure with Rashford being out for the start of it. It's almost guaranteeing him starting almost every game. And when Cavani's not starting, it guarantees Martial starting up front. I mean, there's a lot on his shoulders this season. And if he doesn't do it this season, this will be it.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of transfer talk at the moment about him going, isn't there? But can you afford to let him go with Rashford out?
I think with the Rashford surgery, I think that almost secured him staying till at least January.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, last season just gone, but the season before, he was fucking phenomenal. If we can get that Martial back, we're laughing.
Those stats that were in our group earlier, was that true?
No, that was the season before.
I'm sure. Yeah. I was like, well, what was it? 23 goals last season. Where the hell?
23 and 47. That was his season before tally.
Yeah. No, he probably did lucky to get double figures last year, didn't he?
Yeah, didn't play much, to be fair. Like a lot of injuries, a lot of form, a lot of sulking. Standard Martial.
Oh, 100% a lot of sulking.
Yeah.
He's worse than Nicholas Anelka. He should be called Incredible Sulk.
Less sulk. Right, final one then. Player of the season.
Tough one.
Yeah, especially when you've got defenders winning it now.
Yeah. I'll throw that because that was my shout. Raphael Varane.
I was going to say that. I was
thinking that. I was thinking that.
Yeah.
If we like win the league or something like that, or do something ridiculous like a double whatever, he will be sort of in the mix for that. Yeah. Just like Diaz was obviously with City last season.
And Virgil.
And Virgil as well. Yeah, good shout.
Yeah. I think that was who I was thinking. If you finish second and win, say, the FA Cup, he's got to be in contention for it.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Even if you finish second, do you know what I mean? It'd be nice to see you have like a good Champions League run this year.
I just want us closing that gap. Like,
yeah,
I was on with the Total Footy lads last night. Was in their chat talking to them and asking me like what I'd be happy with, and mine is a cup and minimum second, closing that gap on City.
Yeah,
I think our signings are better than City's. I think Grealish is a great player but not needed, whereas the players we've signed are desperately needed and will improve the team instantly. So I feel like we've made better moves in the window, but obviously they could also pull out Harry Kane, and that'll be that.
Yeah, I mean, the Harry Kane situation, I'm not quite sure if it's there this year, because he sort of backtracked after the training debacle, didn't he? It was like, I'll be back in training as normal and everything. It's almost as if he did a bit of a U-turn, and it wasn't quite the right time for the move. Like he's waiting for some scenario or maybe some gentleman's agreement to take place.
I think if he doesn't move this season, I don't think he moves. I think he stays there. I think this is the year, because next year Haaland's available, and And City just going to think, fuck you, Kane, we're going for Haaland instead. Mbappe's probably going to be available. Like, there's massive rumours already that he will probably leave with Messi's arrival. And Madrid can't afford him.
No, absolutely not. I think Mbappe will stay there for the 2 years that Messi signed on for. I think he'll be like, right, I can win the Champions League, the French League, like, you know, the treble for them. They'll win the French Cup. Like, I'm going to be sort of... They've got the World Cup next year.
Yep.
He's got a chance to redeem himself after his Euros and France's exit, which he needs to do.
Oh, yeah,
he's got a chance he's got a chance of proving himself now that he's got Messi and Neymar up top with him. I think he'll stay there for the 2 years and then he'll be on his way.
Yeah, potentially. Or Haaland could join Bayern, which the Bayern CEO has already come out and said he wants. And that'll be that.
What? God, a Dortmund player going to Bayern Munich. Who'd have thought it?
What, any other German club player going to Bayern Munich?
Yeah.
Come and join the boys. It's on the t-shirt. Come and join.
It's a lovely shirt, mate.
It's a beautiful shirt, mate.
Player of the year. You know what? I think it's gonna be Harry Kane. If he goes to City, I think Harry Kane could do it.
Yeah.
Because I think if he goes to City, he'll probably get over 30 goals in the league.
Win
25 to 30. Win the title, and push them maybe to a Champions League final, maybe even finally win the Champions League. I was speaking to a lad at work today who's a City fan. He said he's not actually that arsed about the Champions League. He said he just consistently wants to win the Premier League.
He's chatting shit. He's chatting shit.
Yeah, he enjoyed watching Man City absolutely thrash Watford in that FA Cup when they won 6-0 far more than he enjoyed getting to the Champions League final last year.
He's chatting shit. He's only saying that because he lost.
Yeah, I'm sure if they won, he'd have been like best feeling in my life.
It was like, I saw a thing earlier. It was like the Leicester admin was like a City fan commenting on one of their TikToks saying, "Congratulations on winning the McDonald's Cup," and the Leicester City admin was literally like, "But yeah, when you win it, it's part of a quadruple."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's worrying times for City, the fact that they lost that Community Shield, really. The fact that Leicester can beat them in the Community Shield means that, there's not as much of a gap as you would think between Man City and the top clubs in the Premier League.
Do you not remember last season, though? They started off so poorly, and it wasn't until Diaz come in where they really fucking hit the ground running. That's probably what Kane's going to be. They'll probably slow start again, and then they'll get Kane with like 3 days to go, and then that'll be it. They'll just fly.
Yeah. But then, I mean, Chelsea had their number twice last year, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, we beat them. We beat them at Etihad.
So, I mean, they absolutely battered us last game of the season.
No, that was just a fucking Sergio Aguero testimonial, mate. All your City players were just, your Everton players just like letting Aguero score.
Yeah.
Embarrassing.
I think Bruno Fernandes could definitely be in contention for Player of the Year this year as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there's a lot of unbelievable players in the Premier League that could get there, but I think Harry Kane, Varane, Bruno, maybe even maybe Kai Havertz might turn it around and go from flop to unbelievable, depending on where they land.
What about potential Ballon d'Or winner Jorginho? Fucking chatting shit, aren't they, the Italians?
Oh, go back to making pizzas.
You know what? That can be my dick of the week. Anyone that thought that Jorginho should win the Ballon d'Or. Couldn't get past Pickford, could he?
No, absolutely not.
And they sadly had the last laugh, though, didn't they?
Don't bring it up again.
Yeah, no, it's still so subject that, innit?
Yeah. It's not one we want to end on, is it? Really? Any dick of the week? So obviously normally for our loyal listeners, we normally have a little jingle and stuff, but we're on old software right now, so we'll be back soon.
Celtic Football Club for their opening defeat to the Scottish League season.
Yes.
Oh! Wow! Have you seen it all come through now? Rangers lost their Champions League qualifier to Malmo.
Yeah.
I believe they went 1-0 up at half time, Rangers. Malmo went down to 10 men and still got beat 2-1 on the night. So
the mighty Malmo, though.
oh,
4-2 on aggregate.
I mean,
4-2 on aggregate. Shocking.
it's the same story, different season, isn't it? It's
I actually really enjoy seeing how Rangers and Celtic do every weekend now, because it's just like as soon as they slip up, and Celtic have been doing it quite a bit recently, it makes great material for a podcast for us just to rinse them.
Oh God.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
We can always rely on Celtic to give us a good laugh. Right.
Yeah.
On that note, boys, I think we've covered everything. We are back to a semi-regular schedule. Hopefully, we're going to get all 5 of us. We're going to have some special guests. We're going to do some Toffees talk. I think we're going to get someone on the line to for you just to rant with. I feel like you could do that therapy session, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I mean, I can do a good rant on Everton week in, week out, if you like, but it'd be nice to have another Evertonian to join the bandwagon.
Yeah, we'll get you on there. So I don't know if this is going on YouTube and people seeing our faces or if it's just a Spotify. This is all up to Chris when he receives the files. So if you're seeing us, subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're not seeing us, still go and find us. Formats One Toffee, you can search for M1T. We do show up. Follow us on Spotify. That helps absolutely massively. And share us to all your friends. And get the cold ones ready, boys, because we are back. Up the Toffees.